Hello everyone, I'm Shady.
Hey guys, Giacomo.
Hey everyone, it's Luke up.
We're from Milan Club Melbourne, and thanks for joining us as we look ahead to a new season. New season already, mate. Crazy.
Very exciting. Yeah, it's good.
It's come
At
fast.
least considering we had to miss out on so much of it for a few months last year, it's good to get it back nice
Yeah,
and quick.
absolutely.
And being Melburnians, it looks like our sleeping timetable or schedule is going to go out the window again.
Yeah, no more regular sleep for us. That's it.
No.
No, you can forget about hours. No. Yeah. So, guys, we actually kicked off the season technically, right? We had that Shamrock Rovers match over the weekend. What did you make of it?
I thought it was pretty good. I think it was a bit harder than I think we probably anticipated pre-game, but it was good to see the boys get like a competitive hit out. I thought Hakan and Ibrahimovic, their link has continued. So I'm looking forward to that as we go on further into the season.
Definitely.
Yeah, got to agree. It was a good start to the season. Yeah, we've had a few friendlies, but it was the real first challenge. We said that last week of the season, and it was good to start off like that.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a couple more hurdles, I guess, and then we're in the hopefully in the Europa League group stage. I think we've got the home match this week against the Norwegian side, Bodo Glimt, I think, and then it's either Besiktas or Rio Ave. Besiktas, and that's the tricky one, right? Because it's away.
Yeah.
Besiktas might be a tricky one if we're playing them. But yeah, here's hoping. All right, moving on to Serie A. We're about to kick off the season, and yeah, we got Bologna at home at San Siro. How do you guys see this one playing out?
Oh, you go,
Yeah.
Luke.
I was going to say, I think it should be, hopefully, it should not an easy win, but it should be relatively straightforward. They're missing Gary Medal and they haven't really signed a whole heap of new talent from last year. We beat them. Let's remember, we beat them 5-1 last game. We're still kind of pulling things together a bit, but I think especially Çalhanoğlu's form and Zlatan's kind of on fire as well. I think we should win.
Okay, Giacomo?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a really important game, even though it's the first one of the season. Sort of, we want to continue the momentum we finished with the end of the last season. And it's not too long since we versed them. We've improved, and I don't think they really have, like Luke was saying. They've got a couple of players that can turn it on. Like Musa Barrow, he might be ready to go this season. But I think we should win and sort of make a statement to the rest of the league in Matchday 1.
Well, yeah, that sounds good. I'd like to start off with a statement, definitely. I mean, personally, I think it'll be a bit tight. I see us winning here, but I think it might be a bit tight. Maybe some tired legs after playing on Thursday, and it's a real. Well, it's still the start of the season anyway, but that's the thing about this season. That's why we need that depth. That's why we needed to sign Tonali and hopefully sign someone else in defence and perhaps on the right wing as well. But yeah, I can see us winning as well. I think it'll be a tight affair, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. You guys, Luke, prediction for
I'm going to say, probably, 2-0. I think I hope the guys realise that it's so important. I mean, we saw last season that slow start that we got took us months to pick up and recover. I think they should know this season, and they'll have the confidence this season that we need to just keep progressing as we were. So hopefully with that mindset, we go 2-0.
All right, Giacomo?
Yeah. I'm hoping we can sort of put the foot down and make a stamp with our offense. I think our defense could be a little bit leaky, like you said, given we've tired legs and a lot of the same players sort of played most of the games throughout the pre-season. We might get a little bit tired, caught on the counter, but I'm hoping that we could put 3 or 4 past them and sort of stamp the authority on the game and show the offense off. But I'm interested to see who we're going to line up and what formation we're going to play with.
Definitely.
I don't think defensively they're overly too strong. I mean, they've got Orsolini and Barrow and those kinds up front, but I don't think. I mean, Tomiyasu and Danilo and De Silvestri. I don't think that should be a huge problem for our attackers.
No. I think it's like Giacomo was saying. I think it's a case of it's going to be really interesting to see who we line up, and basically because I think we'll be fielding as much as possible our strongest 11 for Serie A. So it'll be interesting to see how we've had that discussion all throughout the offseason, really talking about how the midfield's going to line up, especially with Tonali now. So it'll be really interesting to see. Moving on to like looking at maybe looking past this game and towards the season ahead, with this being like our season preview. How do you guys see the season playing out? We've heard, I mean, it was on Milan Twitter yesterday, really, after Napoli won at Parma 2-0. People were like, how are we going to break into the top four? And there was a lot of scaremongering talking about the squad, being not having enough depth and not enough quality to cement that top four spot. So, starting with Giacomo, how do you guys see the season in general playing out, and what do you think our like strengths or weaknesses will be?
I can see us sitting in the top four as long as we make another one or two signings to add to the depth. We're linked with a couple of centre backs, I think we definitely need to add some depth in there to cover injuries or tied legs and things. But I can see us sitting up there still. I think our weaknesses is still down the right side of the pitch, all the way through from right back down to the front wing. And I think our strengths this year, I think we should be able to just bully people in the midfield. Given we've got Tonali and Kessie and Benacer, and then you got Çalhanoğlu playing as the real sort of attacking crowd, I think we should be able to just bully people and not really lose too often in there.
Yeah. Luke?
Yeah, I think, as I've kind of said before, I think the top two are kind of locked in with Inter and Juve. But I'm liking Atalanta, I think, again. I think Lazio is the one that we can jump, maybe. So if I had to predict it, I would say fourth. Hopefully we're better than Napoli.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that I agree with you. I think overall we will be better than Napoli, and they've got that uncertainty with possibly Koulibaly leaving, staying. And definitely their squad will be, I think, doesn't have that depth. I think Lazio are also, they didn't really make that many additions, and they're playing Champions League this season. It's going to take its toll on them, I think. And we saw towards the end of last season, as the season progressed, they kind of, were dragging their legs, really. They couldn't really replicate their earlier form. So I think for us, if we can, as you guys have said quite a few times, I agree with you 100%. If we can get off on the right foot, we've got a relatively good run at the start of the season. Inter and Roma weeks 4 and 5, I think. But I mean, after that, still we have a shot at a decent run. If we can get off to a good start, I think we will be. I'm confident we can end it in the top 4 spots. Not sure about Scudetto. I dream of the Scudetto. I mean, I'm optimistic, obviously, always. But I think we're like maybe 1 or 2 signings away from that. If we were to pull off, if Maldini was to pull off a Mercato masterclass, then maybe. You never know. If we could like another centre back and like Giacomo was saying, right back, or maybe like a right winger, really.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
And I'm just scared that, I mean, you can already with Romagnoli out for the next however long, it's already getting a bit shaky, and you just think 1 or 2 more of that 11 or 12 that we have go out, and it's not looking too good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. It's
But yeah, I think it's a little bit about luck almost. If we get that group of players that get a full season and run at it with not many injuries, we should do all right. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, if we lose a couple of real key sort of leader players early, we might be in trouble. But it depends on how quickly we're going to gel as well. Because, I think we need to be a little bit lenient if there is some hiccups early in the season. Because even though a lot of the guys have played together for a while, it's still sort of, a new season, new sort of tactics coming in, and just got to get that gelling right. Depends how long that takes, I think.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point, and we'll see. I mean, I think, this Bologna game will definitely be a good acid test, just to see how we stand. Yeah, so that's good. Do you guys have any, we've talked about Milinkovic, we've talked about Chiesa, Bakayoko we've been talking about for months now. Are there any other prospects we haven't talked about? You guys see you see us out here?
One that's sort of come to light in the last few days mainly is Leon are really after Paquetá, and it looks like that there might be a potential swap for Memphis Depay to come over, which I'd be pretty happy with that. Given I think one of his idols is Ibrahimovic, and they played together at United, and I rate him pretty highly as a player. I think he just hasn't lived up to his potential.
Yeah.
So I would take that definitely.
Yeah. Luke, would you take the pie?
For sure. Yeah. He's quality, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, I've been reading that, and I've been interested in how they'd want to swap Depay for Paquetá. And I mean, Paquetá has the potential, has the talent. Everybody can see that. But Memphis is like pretty established, you know what I mean? He can boss games, he can dictate games. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So it's really interesting how they'd be willing to let go of him like that. Do you I don't know. He didn't live up to, like you were saying, to his potential over at United. Maybe, yeah, exactly. Maybe if he was playing with his idol at Milan, with the network organization that we have, we could, perhaps bring out the best in him. Yeah, that would be a good one, definitely.
It does seem like Paquetá is the one that we're using as kind of the trade bait. I mean, we're offering him up for Milinkovic and Chiesa as well. Yeah. So
for anyone who's interested, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I think we need to get a deal done that includes him as well, because obviously his future with us is pretty limited at the moment, and if he's going to get game time when we're using him as trade bait, you can't imagine him putting too much effort in like he usually would. So I think it'd be good to get something that is worthy of the swap.
Definitely. All right. So, Luke, you were saying your prediction for the season, because we're recording this, so we're going to come back to this in a few months. Luke, you said.
Yeah. You've kind of scared me a bit there, Shady. I'll say fourth. I really hope that we can crack into that top three. It's the dream, but I'll say fourth.
All right. And Giacomo?
As long as we can gel and stay healthy, of course, I think we can leapfrog Atalanta as well. I think we could finish third this season. Yeah,
I think at this stage I'm going to go for third as well. I mean, barring like we make some really good signings, I think third would be more realistic. We don't have the squad to play in two competitions and win the league. Although I mean, it's a dream, but I don't think
anything Champions League I'm happy with at the end of the season.
Definitely. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, before we wrap this one up, we've got a couple of announcements. Giacomo, do you want to start?
Yep. If you head over to any of our social media pages or on the website, we've started up a fantasy league for everyone to jump on board. It's got the code there. So it's a Serie A fantasy that you can create a team and go toe-to-toe with us and fellow members. So jump on there, have a look and sign up.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be fun. Luke?
Yeah, just quickly, guys, if you're not a member of the club yet, get on board. It's $34.99. You get some pretty awesome merch. So scarves, tote bag, and in the background there, Shady's rocking it. So get on board. Members from last year, we're rolling it on. So get on board. It's an exciting place to be.
Definitely worth your while, lads. All right, thank you, lads. Next week, everyone, we're going to be previewing the Crotone game, and we'll have a lifelong Milanista, Alex Karakostov, with us, and we'll be looking ahead to the game, and we'll be looking back on his memories with Milan. All right, cheers, lads. As always, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.